Okay, question 13. Find the maximum value of 4 to the power sine x minus 4 times 2 to the sine x plus 17 over 4 for real x. Okay, so if you've done lots of, these TMUA questions, you probably realize what you should do straight away, right? Because this is a quadratic. Why is it a quadratic? Because you have some 4s and you have some 2s, right? Especially when they write it in this form, they give you 4 times 2 to the sine x, and you sort of realize, right? 4 is a coefficient for the b in the quadratic, right? Okay, so 4 is 2 squared. So what do we do? So this is 2 to the sine x squared, 2 to the sine x squared minus 4 times 2 to the sine x plus 17 over 4. Good. So this is a quadratic in 2 to the sine x, in 2 to the sine x. Very good. So, maximum. What do we do? Maximum or minimum of a quadratic, the trick in the book, is to complete the square, always. Okay, so because I can't be asked to write the 2 to the sine x, I'm just going to use an apple to replace that, So you know it's just 2 to the sine x. So apple minus 2 squared, so 2 squared is 4, right? So I need a quarter more. Because 17 over 4 is, 4 and a quarter, right? So if the bracket has already a plus 4, then you need a quarter behind to compensate. Good. Okay. So the apple is 2 to the sine x, right? I want to find the maximum of this square. The maximum, right? So that means that this has to be as large as possible, right? What does that mean? That means that the apple has to be as far away from 2 as possible. So let's draw a number line, actually. So well, okay. Why am I in 2 dimensions? Number line, 1 dimension. Okay, so let's say this is 0. So let's say the number 2 is here. Where could my apple be? So apple is 2 to the sine x, right? And you know that sine x is between minus 1 and 1. Sine x is between minus 1 and 1. Okay, so where could the apple be? The apple could be, 2 to the power 1, could be here, or it could be 2 to the negative 1, right? So that's the range of the apple. The apple could land anywhere between that range. Okay, but as I said, you want the maximum value, right? So you want the apple to be as far as possible away from 2. So it must be here, which is 2 to the negative 1, 1/2. So that's why you know the apple is 1/2. And that's achieved when the sine x is negative 1. Okay, so 1/2 minus 2, that's 3 halves. 3 halves squared, which is 9 over 4. So therefore 9 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is 10 over 4, which is 5 halves. 5 halves. Good. So the answer would be B. If the question wanted a minimum, what would we do? We would make sure the apple is as close as possible to 2. So you want the apple to be 2 to the 1 power. Then the answer would be A. So there you are.